G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Play, Let's Go, Let's See, Let's Do, and well, it is Star Trek Online, folks, but this time a little bit different. So what I'm doing now is actually a general patrol mission, and you can do these things quite frequently around, well, most planets really, to be very honest with you. So all you need to do basically is fly up to a planet, and it will say to you patrol mission, and you just say, well, yes, thank you very much, and you press the button and off you go. I spared you all that part of the game because it's like every other part of the game. When you start a mission, it pops up and off you go. So why are we doing this? Well, have we run out of missions? Oh, hell no. The reason why we're doing this is because in the same area where we finished the last video, then it came up and said, hey, patrol mission. I said, well, alright, bugger it, I'm here. So what's a patrol mission? Well, you come in, you read what you actually have to do, and it actually says, what does it say? Destroy 3 sets of whomever they are. So basically just fighting. That's basically what it is. To be honest with you, I'm not exactly too sure if I've seen a patrol mission where you go on the surface and do stuff. I'm pretty sure it's existing, but yeah. This one is definitely a space combat one. So again, it's not a bad thing to do, to be very honest with you, especially if you just want to like do some configurations to your ship and you don't want to go into an actual mission but just test it out. Like if, for example, I wanted to get rid of all the photon torpedoes and just purely have phaser banks, well, I can use a patrol mission to test, or vice versa. It doesn't make a difference. Dealer's choice, really. But as you can see, well, we've gone through so far. We've taken out 1 squadron, and I think we've got another 2 to go, which is alright. Very important that you stay in between the green boundary. Nothing's going to happen to you if you get out of it. It just means it's going to take you even longer to get back to it. Also too, don't be crazy and just go off full power into these guys, because if you go too far ahead, their friends in the next part will spawn, and you'll, instead of having 3 ships to deal with, you'll have 6. Now, also too, let's keep in mind, the guys who've created the game are not stupid. They're not going to give you like just some basic ships all the time. When your level increases in difficulty, so does theirs. So again, keep that one in mind too, folks. But anyway, so far we're doing okay. We're not dying, shields are quite good, hull strength is okay, even though I was very close to that last one, but that's okay. So far doing good, everything's going well, and bang, off you go. So another good part about this mission is that you can also get some much needed experience points, so that's also quite good. Because every ship you kill, it adds to the experience, so why not? Also too, as you have just seen, you can also get some quite nice materials for what you'll need later with R&D. But you gotta be a bit careful not to get too close. Remember folks, that 10-kilometer mark? You get close to 10 kilometers and they start firing at you, which may not be what you want at that particular point in time. But that's okay, they're a bit further back, and there's a next group of naughty villains there, so let's see what happens. Let's get here. So I'll do this. See what happens? I got in the wrong part. I was not prepared, and as you can see here, by not being prepared, shouldn't be too much of a trouble. But see, it's not the best way to play it, at least in my view. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to play it, but you want to do this tactfully and not just come flying in and having everybody shooting at you. But then again, you live and you learn, don't you, eh, folks? Where we going? Let's see. This guy, how's he doing? Okay. Bang, bang. See you later there, sport. And this one here too. Come on, I'm waiting for these buffs. Hey, here you go. Come on, one more torpedo, and see ya later, sunshine. Let's scan for this item here. Waveform Madness, all good. We've collected that. There are no other items to be picked up. Have I finished the mission? Not yet, because there's still more people to destroy. People, I'm calling it. There's still more ships to be blown up. Yeah, let's say it like that. So let's get in a bit closer. Here we go. We don't do anything stupid here. There you go. Now what you could do is kind of hang back and wait for all your buffs to come in. That could also be a way to play it. Also, it would take a little bit longer than what you would expect. So let's see how we do here. So everybody's firing at my shields, are they? This one's gone. See you later, sunshine. This one. A couple of photon torpedoes at him. Got the buffs on now. I love that torpedo. Now, what you could do is you could redo the same mission from the last video in order to get a second one of those torpedoes. You could do that. I'm not going to at this stage, but you could. So let's just keep that in mind. So you can definitely repeat the mission and get the same thing as well. So you can have two of the same things, which is not too bad. How many were there? I thought there were two to begin with. Okay, I was wrong, but obviously there was more. Anyway, no drama. That one's gone. I'm hoping that this one might be the last wave. Let's have a look here. Come on, we'll just pump the shields up in front of us a little bit, because we are getting a frontal assault. Come on, buff, where are ya? Click. Come on, F. There you go. Bang, bang. Wow, wasted the other torpedo, wasn't it? That part you can't control, unfortunately. That's alright. Ship's not destroyed yet. We're doing good. Oh, I took that one. Come on, torpedoes, any kind. Yeah. We done? Did we win? Oh, it took a bit of shield damage there. Anything left? Okay. So, area secure. And you can read the rest for yourselves. So let's get the hell out of here, because we cleared everything out. And that's it, folks. There you go. What's this? We got Sulu now, have we? Okay, this ought to be good. Okay, we got some experience points and expertise. So yeah, every little bit helps in this game. Do we need anything else from this guy? Yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself. I'll let you guys read that one on your own, to be honest. On my screen at the moment, I'm playing off a laptop, and yeah, it's kind of smallish, so I'm not even going to try to see it in order to read it. But yeah, if you guys are interested, you're there, but it's a bit of a backstory, and you know what, it's the Star Trek game. You can always go up to and ask him in Space Dock as well. But actually, that's a good thing. So now, the question is, what are we going to do now? Because technically, we have finished the Klingon Story Arc, well, at least the first one. So this would have been maybe what you would see 10 or so years ago, when this game was released the first time. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember. But yeah. So that story arc is done, it's complete, and as a tactical officer it is far more easier. Also, too, I believe that they've nerfed the game quite a bit over the years, because I also remember being blown up a million times before getting to this point, especially in that last video that I did with the Doomsday device. How many times I get destroyed with that one over the years. But yeah, this one was a clean cut through. So either I've gotten better, which I doubt, or they've done something a little bit different, which is also fine. So this guy's told us all about himself. We're going to head to Earth Space Dock, wherever the bloody hell that is. Yep, it's up there. So you can move around. Yep. Then we'll head off there. Well, okay. Where did the ship go? Zoomed in a bit too much there. Okay. Now, one cool thing is, when you get higher in the ranks, you will also get different warp drives, which means you can actually travel faster in this sector space. So this is just something you should be aware of as well. And believe me, you'll need it in the later ones, because you'll be flying to different parts of the quadrant. And yeah, at this speed, it'll take you forever. You might as well bugger off, get a coffee, come back by the time everything gets to where you want to go. So yeah, just keep that one in mind. Don't worry, it's not going to stay slow forever. Your next ship will get a little bit faster than the ship after that, and then the ship after that. So you'll be able to level up. Now, what is this stuff? Available skills. This is some really cool stuff here. Let's just see, what do we need? So what I'm showing you here is actually, these are some of the skills you can actually just drag to the tray. When it's talking about the tray, it's talking about those numbers that you see at the bottom center of the screen. So you can add more things in there. Now, sometimes you can have many things in there if you want to. Other times, it depends. This is also to the log, which I actually kind of like. It actually shows you what you get when in your career level, so you can help you plan out a little bit. Assuming, of course, you know what you're doing. If you don't, you have no idea what the hell this means the first time through, and then when you do it the second time, you just go, I could have done this so long ago. How's the inventory going? So we've got, here we go. Dilithium. Again, you get some of this in some of the missions. You can refine it. Now, if you're doing free to play, about 8k, I think it is, per day it lets you do. Obviously, I did not have 8. I think I had 1 something or other, so that's okay. You can also go to the store. If I click on this, I'm not exactly too sure if it stops the ship, which it does. But yeah, we can probably look at the store a little bit different time. It's just another way of getting certain things instead of having the credits, but just having dilithium. Now, this will come a little bit more in its own a little bit later, because believe it or not, you can actually do mining in this game. Well, at least you could the last time I played this a long time ago. But we will get to that point a little bit later. Not right now, because there's a whole way to get around there. But yeah, you'll see. It's actually quite interesting, the mining part, because you go to an asteroid, you run around in a spacesuit, and you have to mine things. Well, basically, dilithium. But that's okay. But unfortunately, every time you go into a shop, the ship stops. So we will try to avoid that. Up on top here, looking at the screen, this is how much you've gone to your next level, which is fine. Usually you get one whole, let's just say, screen's worth during one mission. But obviously, if you go around and do other stuff as well, you can get it even higher. I mean, let's be honest. If you just want to do patrols for like 3 hours, you can get your experience points up with that as well. So that's not too much of a drama. The missions are a little bit more fun, especially from a story arc perspective. But there's nothing bad about the patrols. It just gives you a chance to try out a little bit of other stuff. See what I mean? But we're not going to do that. We'll fly past it. I'd say the one thing that annoys me about the game is that the messages on the screen are a little bit too long. I don't know if that's just a general setting I can do, but yeah, that's only my one pet peeve about the game in this video. You'll see others later on. But yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. It's quite cool. And I'm talking too much, aren't I? That's alright. Maybe I'll edit these parts out in the future, maybe I won't. Kind of thinking about this. I want to give you guys the full experience, those of you that are watching. That's where I'm coming from, just to say this is how the game really is. You can chop and edit half this stuff out, no drama, but it takes away a bit from the game in my view. But yeah, that's okay. We're not too far away from the Sol system now, so that will be okay. One thing I will do is I'll just chop out the loading screens, because you don't need to see that. And sometimes the game loads, so you have to live with it. So it's alright. How far away were we? Not too far at all, so of course, yep. There we go. Now all these other ships here that you're seeing, people, there are other people's ships. So these are all real players. This is no bullshit fake stuff here. This is all real players. As you can see, there is a Q event on at the time of recording. So there's got stuff like that around, but that's an awesome ship. Great to see that one. Yeah. Now what you can do is you can pretty much beam down to Starfleet Academy. You can dock, or you can just warp to sector space. Now I want to dock. Now in the past what you could do is you could fly your ship into or at the space doors. They would open and it would allow you to go in. Now when I say go in, it will kind of get you to a certain point and then it will actually start loading up the space dock screen. But I want to see if that's still actually possible, or if they've actually done some interior now. I don't know, but we shall see. Okay. Let's see. Ah, there you go. Yeah, well, I was hoping for a little bit more, but that's okay. So here we go again. Earth space dock. Let's have a look. Klingon is where we're done. So we can replay all these missions, but let's hail this guy. I think this is the last one.
You've done well. And while there are still issues at the Klingon front, it's time to move to a bigger picture. Come see me at Earth space dock for new information.
So let's do this. So we'll end the saga. Okay, obviously there's some type of a disco thing going on. Shall I have a look? Nah, bugger it. I'm not interested in that now. Let's just finish this. So Sulu's down there to the right. There we go. Oh shit. Which mission was it? That one? I hope it's the one in the green.
You've done excellent work so far, so I want to expand the range of your mission profiles. There are trouble spots all over the galaxy. A good Starfleet captain never shies from engaging with trouble and trying to solve problems. Within the bounds of the Prime Directive, of course. You'll find patrols at systems scattered all across the quadrant, where enemy ships or local problems need help. We also have trouble spots in other parts of the galaxy, such as Nimbus 3, Drozana Station, and the Defera system. Check into these kinds of trouble spots, as time permits.
Okay. So we got an accolade. So that's pretty much it. So the first series is done. Now what I can't tell you from this point is which one is the next one on his list. So what we will do is we will just have a look here. Let's have a look. So the Klingon War is all but done. Let's move out the way so we don't have this guy. There we go. That thing's not in our faces anymore. So Klingon War, all done. Well, now we can replay any of those missions at any point in time, but all done. So what's next? The Romulan? You can keep on going down that path. You can also go down the Cardassian, the Borg. What's the Borg one look like? What's the next one? New Romulus. What's this one? Dyson Sphere, Delta Quadrant. I've played that one actually. It's quite interesting. Iconian War, Yesterday's War, done that. Future Proof, done that. I haven't done it now, but I've played it in the past. So yeah. a lot more missions to definitely go into. And to be honest, dealer's choice what you want to do next is just wherever you really want to go. I don't know if I'm just going to follow the saga from the top to the bottom. Maybe. But it probably does make sense to do that, because you have to understand the game and the storylines were written as such, because there are certain bits and pieces of the story that come back in like later ones. So it might make more sense then. So I think we'll do that. Okay, I think that makes definitely a lot of sense. We will go through this sequentially, folks. Okay, again, those of you that are still watching this, we'll go through it sequentially. We'll go next one, which is basically, what is it, the Romulan thing. We'll definitely do that, but not right this second, but we'll definitely do that and progress down the storyline that way. And I think that makes a lot of sense, because if I could jump into one of the other ones now, you won't understand why certain characters are there, and you're probably just like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's move some of these things out the way. What do you want about? Get away. Okay, so folks, I'm just going to click around the screens for a second. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching today, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and talk to you in the next one. See ya.